Just a quick video, I'm recording this. We're on 20 zones again. We better have a look at this, just in case they delete it. I should really screenshot it actually. But we're going to have a look at it anyway. Let's have a look. It's Police Scotland. Borders. Police Scotland, Scottish Borders Post. Police Scotland, Scottish Borders. On Thursday 4th and Friday the 5th of September, community officers PC Jacobs and PC McLeod carried out speed checks in Eyemouth, Chirnside and Coldingham, following concerns raised by local residents over the course of both days. 6 warnings were issued as per the Lord Advocate's guidelines. Right, so please be mindful of the 20 miles per hour speed limit when driving to Scottish Borders towns and villages. So the reason I'm recording this is because this is fake, it's false. There was no 20 miles per hour speed limit. This is the worst example I've seen so far. The one that Falkirk did was more surreptitious, where they, if you really read it, they weren't actually saying there was a 20 miles per hour speed limit, they were trying to make you believe it. This is blatant corruption we're seeing here. So that policewoman is being told what she's only doing her job, told what to do. So basically this road here, that sign is false, and that road will be a 30 miles per hour road. The ins and outs of that, I know, I do wonder about that, if you did get done for speeding. And the reason that 6 warnings, so if I was there and they stopped me, I would be telling them that it's unlawful what they're doing, and there's no speed limit. There's no 20 zone speed, there's no 20 miles per hour speed limit. There's no legislation to cover it. So I wouldn't be I'd be refusing their warnings, rejecting the warning because it's unlawful. I'd be warning them, actually, that they're actually breaking the law. I never ever thought it'd come to this. I've always been a law-abiding type, you know, but what's happened in Scotland is that the police have been corrupted by a political level, by the Scottish government, the so-called Scottish government. The Lord Advocate is I don't know how much who it is, but the Lord Advocate is a political appointee. So the Lord Advocate is corrupt. So the 6 people need to complain about this, about the Lord Advocate, and about Police Scotland in the Scottish Borders, because this is corruption at the highest level. Because that's not a law. That's why it's not a law. They're enforcing something that isn't. They're not enforcing it. They're not even enforcing it. So it's fake news. Is it false advertising? Yeah. Please be mindful of the 20 miles per hour speed limit. There's no 20 miles per hour speed limit. The bill fell in 2019 and they pushed it through anyway. I would be complaining about that. I think we should complain about that. So I came into the. I don't want to read you all of it, but. So this idiot here, Alan Scott. Correct, you have broken the law by driving at more than 20 miles per hour in a 30 zone. Wait a minute. What is the Lord Advocate's guidelines? If you're going more than 20 miles per hour, you're broken the law? Question mark, says Meg Reid. Graham Gray, because you don't have to on any main town routes. Correct, you have broken the law, says Alan Scott, by driving at more than 20 miles per hour in a 30 zone. However, the Lord Advocate's guidelines give the police the authority to only issue a warning rather than a fine, if they think that is appropriate given the level of the offence. So for 25 miles per hour, you might get a warning, but for 45 miles per hour, you are likely to get a fine. I mean, this is like really weird stuff. I mean, he's saying by driving at more than 20 in a 30 zone, you've broken the law. You haven't broken the law. There's no law, Alan. There isn't a law, Alan. Right? So, Edith says, yes, exactly. I do not see how they can legally... He's talking mumbo jumbo. He's contradicted himself right there. How they can legally enforce a 20 miles per hour speed limit. So really it's a complete waste of resources to have police standing there catching motorists who are travelling at more than 20 but under 30 in these areas. She's right. Alan says, Edith, they could enforce it easily, simply by giving anyone doing more than 24 miles per hour a ticket. How can you if there's no law, Alan? However, the police are choosing to take a softer approach. This guy's spreading fake news. He's actually spreading rubbish. Alan Scott, no, this is me. There is no legislation to enforce 20 miles per hour speed zones in Scotland. The bill fell in 2019. This is malfeasance in office by Police Scotland. These are definitely not real speed limits. They are talking nonsense. If giving you a warning, I would reject that one. Obviously, over 30 miles per hour is the real speed limit. So Scott McLaren says, Alan Scott, because there aren't any real criminals out there, what a complete waste of police. I thought they were understaffed, yet you can stand on a road all day with a wee gun issuing warrants to people doing when 20 miles per hour is a joke anyway. What a complete waste of resources. Get your house broken into, you might get someone sent out in 4 hours because they are busy standing in a corner with a wee gun, useless. Alan says to me, any evidence to back up your claim, and which bill are you referring to? So I says to Alan, I can't prove the non-existence of legislation. I can tell you the legislation fell in 2019. If you believe that 20 miles per hour zones are a real speed limit in Scotland, please kindly tell me what the legislation is called and when it was passed in the Scottish Parliament. There he is there, Alan Scott. I've known a few Alan Scotts in my life. Two of them are Scottish Borders, but it's probably not the same one. Right, so what we've got in here is so what I've wrote is, the Lord Advocate is breaking the law. The people that were warned, please report. He's probably not breaking the law. I'm not sure. Probably could have said it a better way. It's definitely corruption. I think it probably is breaking the law, yeah. The people that are warned, please report Police Scotland, the Lord Advocate for breaking the law. There are no 20 miles per hour speed limits in Scotland. These police officers are behaving in a corrupt manner. Report them to the UK government, or at least the advertising standard authorities. This is corruption at the very top of society. Corruption in the top levels of Scotland's political and civic life. So I said it again, 20 miles per hour is not a real speed limit in Scotland. The bill fell in 2019. This demonstrates that Police Scotland are indulging in corruption and should be prosecuted. Don't shout at me, I have done the research. That post is fraudulent and misleading. Do 30 miles per hour, that's the real speed limit on that location. That's why they are issuing warnings. I would challenge them. Malfeasance in office, fake speed limits, the police are not above the law. So all you get is NIMBYs. So they're all these stupid people, Raymond. They want to try yet him. Now, so it's all NIMBYism. Nobody wants children getting run over, but the law is the law. People have to go about their business. The tractors have to do 30 miles per hour, whatever it is. Trucks, buses, they have to get on with their life. It all costs money. We don't want children getting run. So this is all this sort of NIMBYism. Oh, that's right, bloody joke limits. Eyemouth Harbour. That's a lot of tractors speed through the village far too fast, definitely not. So what I did, I found Solly's numpties. See, that's outside a school. They should set out at that challenge school. That's a good idea, because you should do 20 outside of school, and it's been like that for years. Yeah. So where did this numpty? Let's find the. So we've got here Sandy Reid. Whitsom is another speed spot. Absolutely agree, Sandy. Even when standing on pavement, children beckoning them to slow down and then rolling down the window and then be told what are the cops going to do about it. I'll bring it. So Sandy Reid says, I'll bring it up at CC again next, Community Council again next Monday. So he's a community councillor, this guy. Sandy Reid, right? So I said to him, bring this up instead. The Lord Advocate is breaking the law. The people that are warned, please report Police Scotland and the Lord Advocate for breaking the law. There are no 20 miles per hour speed limits in Scotland. Those police officers are behaving in a corrupt manner. Report them to the UK government, at least the Advertising Standards Authority. This is corruption at the very top of society. Corruption in the top levels of Scotland's political and civic life. So this is your community councillor. They're all fannies anyway, aren't they? You know. Oh, look at this. Solidarity with Gaza. So this is typical. So this is a community councillor in Scottish Borders, and he's worried about Gaza. This is just a nutcase. He's a community councillor. Ukraine. Yeah, all worried about Ukraine. Sandy Reid. That's quite typical. Quite typical. Hate never made any nation great. All this sort of lefty stuff. He's a lefty. A rational lefty. You can see, so this is a community councillor. Why doesn't he concentrate on looking after the community he lives in instead of worrying about Ukraine? Anti-Fascist Association. This guy's an extremist. Definitely. And that's like destroy fascism. Well, that's what you're being. You're being a fascist. You're actually pushing a law that doesn't exist, and then you're complaining about. Is that a Cumbernauld Town Centre? It looks a bit like it, right? So this guy's an extremist. Sandy Reid, community councillor. You're not going to get any joy with him. I would have him. Yeah, sort him out. This is out of order what he's doing. So he's going to bring it up at the community council. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts all this crap at the community council. I wouldn't be surprised. So there you go, people. I'm fighting the good fight. This is corruption at the highest level. Thanks for what does that mean? It's Police Scotland, Scottish Borders. I think it's time to go now. They are corrupt. Sad to say, your Police Scotland are corrupt. So I know that lassie's just doing her job, but I would be telling her that what they're doing is wrong. You have to stand up and be counted. It was a time when the police were something that you should respect, but not now. So they are a political arm of the Scottish Government. Is what they've become. So thanks for watching. Bye. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.